So the new project, I don't like how narrow this recorder is. I'm currently recording on a Canon HDV. Here, I'll take a little video simultaneously so you guys can see. Bada, boom. Got like the little Canon HDV. Turn that off so I don't kill the battery as much. The Rode mic, the HDMI into the recording monitor. Works great. Anyways, I don't like how narrow this is. It just doesn't get any wider. It zooms in, but doesn't get any wider. But I do have this 2 times, which would zoom in. Unless you flip it around, and then you have a wide angle. And this is what I want. So what we're going to do is 3D print an adapter that squeezes the outside of this and then squeezes the outside of the video rig here, holding the 2 times converter backwards, giving me a beautiful wide angle. And this is just like an iconic look, so this is what I definitely want to do. Now I just need to make an adapter work, so that's what we're gonna do. 2.2 times converter, something like that. Bada bow. So what we're dealing with is we need this to somehow seamlessly fit over here. And what we can do is, oh no, sorry boys and girls, we need this to fit over that, okay? So what is going to happen is we will take our outside measurement it's a little drastic. Alright, so, craziest thing. The adapter printed beautifully. It fits absolutely perfect. So perfect that it actually threads for some reason. Like, this doesn't have threads in it, but there's enough of a fit that it threads onto the threads in here, which is a remarkable thing. I can't really even get over that. It doesn't really tighten. It will cross thread that little bit, so I will do a little bit of adjustment, maybe with heat and tweezers, maybe. Do this, watch, I guess. Either I'm going to mess it up or it's going to work, but you're here for it regardless. Heat up that little corner. It's like pull it out a little bit further. You don't want to do that a lot, but just a little bit. Definitely help with that tolerance fit. That's all we're doing. We're just trying to make that tolerance a little more. Threading a little crooked. Let's get it straight. We don't want to cross thread the non-existent threads, you know. See, the tolerance fit is a little tight now, so we gotta squeeze it in. There we go. Not quite. There it is. It's actually much tighter. I can feel how tight that is there. That is a beautiful sight to see. Alright, let's see how much wider. Oops, wrong way. Let's see how much wider this is. Ready? Boom. And does it thread into here? Let's see. This would be an actual miracle if it just threaded into this. How much shit a brick. Let's get it to actually thread on first. You guys will never believe it, but I got it to actually press fit on, and it is so snug. That's crazy. This is gonna work great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if it works. I have it so snugly on the actual camera. It's not going anywhere. And now we should be able to just thread this guy. Holy smokes. It's perfect. That was a little strange. Okay. Projects don't normally work like that. They do if you do a little bit of like due diligence, or you kind of know a little bit of the process, like 3D printing and the measuring. I just know like tolerances between my printer and my design software and me and my object. So that being said, that worked tremendous. It doesn't always go that way though, because this is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. I have literally a wide angle lens now on my camcorder, and it looks incredible. Actually, it looks like fit and finish is great. Let's give you guys a look here. I mean, it is perfect. It is actually perfect. I don't really understand how it worked so well. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. Like I was saying, it doesn't always work like this in design, but I'm certainly ecstatic that it has. Because this is crazy. This is exactly the look that I was going for. The super fisheye, it looks great. It has everything that I want. And then when you zoom in, you actually kind of leave the fisheye roundness out of the exterior of the circle, and you get into where it's like actually pretty clear still. So still utilizing it for aspects that I want, like when I'm showing you guys my designing or whatnot, or even on the notebook and stuff on the desk here. Let's see, here it is. See, like this still looks fantastic. It's very crisp. But now when you zoom out, I got the wide angle, baby. Yay. I might have to print this out of ASA, so that way heat and whatnot doesn't affect it. But realistically, right now I don't have to worry about heat. I'm just gonna run it, see what happens. Sheesh. Peace. I forgot to mention this new video series. A lot of inspiration comes from a couple different people on YouTube here and there, and honestly, I have so many projects that I do and I fail to record them because I'm more of just a doer, and I've done so much photo and video work professionally that it kind of just loses a little bit of its spark when you're doing it for yourself sometimes. But this whole setup and this process of just not really caring as much, and just I'm going to go straight to upload, basically straight off the recorder, cut a couple things out here and there, piece it together with the phone content. But it really, I just want to keep it super simple, show you guys the process of my day-to-day base, because some days I'm painting murals, some days I'm just figuring out like a random little piece that fits along with, you know, the camera gear. I have an art show coming up in January, so I'll be working on a lot of pieces for that. It's just things like that I want to take you guys along for. So if you guys want to stick around, enjoyed the content, hit that subscribe button. Hope you have a beautiful day. Check out the PC build. It's a little different now. but I have a whole PC build up on the YouTube from last year, but it is completely different now, and it's all white and a little bit cleaner aesthetically. So give it a look. But I plan on revamping that video as well. But in that same sense, keeping it short and sweet, keeping it on the camcorder, keeping it fresh. Peace, y'all. Much love. Love y'all.